What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome to the Fryar Place. Yeah, I'm Irving Fryar. I'm the host here. This is the Fryar Place, and this is where the conversations are fire. Yes. I don't have a guest today. I'm going to be by myself, but there's a specific reason for that. I decided not to have a guest today because of an interaction that I had on yesterday. And I want to present something to all of you today. So I'm going to wait for a few of you. There's six of you watching right now, and nobody's put anything in the comments. So if you're watching this live podcast, there's 7 of you now. It's going up. If you're watching this podcast live, if you're watching the Fryar Place live, throw something in the comments. Shout out to me. Let me know you're watching. It's always good to know who you're talking to, who's supporting. So say a hey, or say nay, or say whoa, say something. Let me know you're here watching. I got a 1 thumbs up. I got a two thumbs up. Faith, my sister, good morning. You said good morning. Are you still in Las Vegas? It must have been really, really exciting and really, really interesting. I know you're not a real big crowd person, so it must have been a little bit much for you yesterday with the draft and all. What's going on, Kiki? Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too. Hope you're with Faith. Are you both still in Las Vegas? Michelle Walker. Is that Michelle Walker? No, it's not Michelle Walker Davis. Is that Michelle Walker Davis? She's saying hi, Pastor. Hi, Michelle. Talk with Tori. Hey, Tori. What's up, bro? How you doing? Thanks for joining in. Stay tuned, y'all. Give us a thumbs up. Hit the share button, please. Make sure you share this with your friends, with those on YouTube. If you have a YouTube channel or your Facebook friends, what we're going to be doing in the future in order to, push people towards this YouTube channel is I'm actually going to restream this broadcast. So at the same time, I'll be streaming on this YouTube page at the Fryar Place, and while at the same time streaming on my Facebook page live. So I'll be able to see the difference when people come in, where they're making their comments from, whether it's from the YouTube page here at the Fryar Place or whether it's from the Facebook page. And I'm going to help me push those people who are watching with Facebook to the Fryar Place on YouTube. We have over 500 subscribers now. We're not quite a year old. We'll be 1 year in the making, 1 year in the doing, 1 year in the presenting on July 2nd. And our goal is to have 1,000 subscribers by the time we get to a year old, by the time we get to July 2nd. So yes, still in Vegas. Faith says yes. Let me do this so I can see what you guys are doing. She says, yes, we're still in Vegas. Are you having fun? Because I went to Vegas a little while ago, Faith. and I'm never going back. I didn't tell you that when I got back. I'm never going back to Vegas. I don't necessarily like Vegas. It was, it just didn't do me good. Didn't do me good. Flying, I want to do this. Flying from the bottom. We're going to get these comments to flying from the bottom. Yeah. All right. We'll do that. And we'll save it. So, yes, Krista Patera, she says, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, too. Thanks for watching today. Thanks for being with us today. I think you're going to benefit. You're going to really like what I have to say. I'm just going to give these people just a few minutes to come on in to the room. I don't want you to miss this. I'm here. I didn't bring a guest in today on purpose. I actually was going to bring a guest in, but after, like I said, my experience last night, I decided not to. The Lord put it on my heart to share some information with you today that really is going to benefit a whole lot of people, and it's very necessary. You love, hey, Mom. Mom said, good afternoon, son. Faith says, y'all love Vegas? What is going on with that? Ooh, I don't know. Hope said we had a great time. Those are my sisters, Faith and Hope. What a better pair. You couldn't have a better pair of sisters, Faith and Hope. Yep, I'm blessed. I'm covered on both sides with Faith and Hope. We had a great time leaving today. Well, good for you. I don't like Vegas. And if I don't have to, I'm never going back. I mean, if it requires for me for some work or something like that to go back to Vegas, yeah, I'll go back. But I'm never going back just to, go to Vegas. To each his own, though. I'm glad you had a great time. You all be safe. I don't know what time your flight leaves. Hopefully it doesn't leave and you don't have to get going before this podcast ends. But we got some good stuff for you today. Listen, want to do my shout outs as I normally do at the beginning of the show. Again, there's 8 of you watching right now. I don't think 8 people said. We may have had 8 people say hi, but hi to everyone who has acknowledged yourselves. Shout out to Alicia Way for these dope overlays. And Alicia was supposed to be sending me some more overlays. And if he doesn't, I'm going to stop shouting him out for these. But shout out to Alicia for these overlays. I've had these overlays. You see things moving in from the outside and the Fryar place up top. It's just a wonderful thing. Where's that? Right there. Yeah, right there. It is. Alicia Way. Lou Rogers, Vision Audio Visual. You see the introduction where I'm dancing and having a good time, the music behind it. Lou Rogers, Vision Audio Visual, put that together. Thank God for Lou Rogers. Listen, we have a couple of sponsors. We have Wings and Things. Wings and Things, MountHolly.com. That's where you want to go. Take your mobile device, your computer, Wings and Things, MountHolly.com, and you can go there, see the menu, pick out what you want, then call this number 609-288-6477. Now, for those of you who are in this area, I live in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. For those of you who are watching, who are in this New Jersey area, vicinity, tri-state area, Hope said we saw the John Legend concert. Well, that would have been, I wouldn't have gone to Las Vegas to see John Legend, but I would like, that would be nice to see John Legend. Yes, that's fine. Krista, I got married at Caesar's Palace in Vegas, but she said, okay, Krista said, I got married. Let me take this off. Krista said, I got married. I got married at Caesar's Palace in Vegas, unfortunately. Now, you got to straighten me out, Krista, okay? Is it unfortunately you were in Vegas, or was it unfortunately that you got married? Or is it both? I don't know. I don't want to jump to conclusions. Go ahead. You can type in something in the comments to help me understand, to get clarity about exactly what you're saying. Are you agreeing with me that Vegas is not all that? Or are you saying something else, Krista? I'll wait for your comment. I'll make sure I put it back up so everybody gets clarity. But Wings and Things, MountHolly.com. The not the late great, but the great former Philadelphia Eagle and current color commentary with Merrill Reese on WIP radio, every home or every Eagles game. Mike Quick, my friend Mike Quick, is going to be at Wings and Things in Mount Holly tomorrow from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. 1 o'clock p.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. The great Michael Quick will be the former Philadelphia Eagle and current voice on the radio, game days for the Eagles with Merrill Reese. Mike Quick, he will be at the Fryar Place. I'm not the Fryar Place. I wish. I'm going to bring him on for that too. He'll be at Wings and Things. He will be at Wings and Things tomorrow, Saturday. Yep, tomorrow, Saturday at 1 o'clock, from 1 o'clock to 2 p.m. Come, meet him, get an autograph, take a picture with him. He's a very good man, my friend, Mike Quick. So don't forget, wingsandthings.com. Check out the menu, 609-288-6477. We also have Relentless Strength and Conditioning. They are also one of our sponsors, 1703 Industrial Highway, Unit 6, Cinnaminster, New Jersey, 08077 609 458 8584. 609-458-8584. Y'all, if you want to get in shape, if you want to do it right, if you don't want to play around, you need to call. Ask for Robert. 609-458-8584. And what I'll do is I'll talk to Robert, and if you call Robert and you mention my name, you'll get the discount. You'll get the Fryar Place discount. Yeah. I'll make sure I put that in with him this week when I see him, and we'll have it for you next week, what the discount will be. All right. So Krista said, okay, she said it was unfortunate I didn't work out. Oh, the marriage didn't work out. Okay. It unfortunately didn't work out. LOL. You're laughing. Good. It's good to laugh about it. Was planned. It was not like a last minute wedding. Okay. All right. That's cool too. But it's okay. It's all right. Life goes on. We keep moving forward. Let it go. All right. Let it go. Richard. Yeah, I know. Listen, Richard, you're right. Richard was watching yesterday was the NFL draft. And yes, the Eagles did trade for A.J. Brown. Fantastic move. They got the middle linebacker, Jason. Oh, no, not Jason. What's his name? I can't think of his name now, but he's from Ohio State. They got him last night to shore up the defensive line. And then they traded, with that second first round pick they traded for A.J. Brown from Tennessee. So those are really two good moves by the Eagles to solidify a position on defense and to get Avonte Smith some help at the wide receiver position, along with helping Jalen Hurts, who is the quarterback. So we'll see how that works out. I don't know how the Bills did. I didn't see any of their picks yesterday. But listen, here's what I want to share with you. And Richard, good to see you, man. Miss you. I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. Missed you at the Fryar Place and missed you on Saturday worship, which is tomorrow at 10 o'clock a.m. I didn't see you the last couple of weeks. Maybe you were watching, but you just didn't put any comments in. Or maybe you were out in Vegas. Maybe you were out in Vegas. Anyway, listen, here's something I want to share with everybody today. And maybe it's not for you, but I'm sure it's for somebody that you know. If it's not directly for you, it's indirectly with somebody you know. And I'm gonna give you the information today, and I'm gonna bring this gentleman on to the Fryar Place next week. All right, it was too short of a notice for me to bring him on today because I just met him last night. His name is Michael Kramer, and he owns a company called Advantage Health Plus, and his company. And he are one of the sponsors for the Green Legion, our shows. That's one of the shows that I do during the season. We're on live before the games, and we do the pregame analysis for the Eagles. And it's called the Green Legion. You can watch it, Green Legion right here at the Green Legion Radio. You can check it out on the podcast. But that's where I was last night. We were covering the draft on the Green Legion show, and Michael came in all the way from Florida just to be with us so he could check us out and spend the draft with us. He got his own plane. Yeah, it was definitely a power move what the Eagles did yesterday. Definitely. Vincent says, good afternoon. Jets did good. Steelers got a Jersey kid. Yeah, they sure did. Yep. Richard said, I was only gone for 1 week, Pastor. Okay, well, it's significant when the shepherd noticed that his sheep wasn't around. So guess what? It's important. So when you're not around, I notice it. It's all right. He said, I was in California. I didn't ask you to tell on yourself. You didn't have to tell on yourself. It's all right. You're a grown man. You can do what you want to do. I ain't trying to make you do anything. I just wanted to make you aware of the fact that I missed you. That's all. I missed you. Yep. All right. So listen. So we're doing the show, and Mike Kramer was actually given spots during the show where he could explain his business. Again, it's called Advantage Health Plus, and it's telehealth. We're on our phones all the time. You know, I was at a senior housing facility last month. We cook food and we take food over there and we feed the seniors once a month. So last month, or actually before last month, maybe 2 months ago, they had a little gathering and the governor came. He was there to present about what he's trying to do to help with the cost of medical care, whether it's going to the doctor, but particularly prescriptions. Some of the seniors talked, and they talked about how they have to take medicine. They take several medicines, but because of the high cost of their prescriptions, what they'll do if they're supposed to take 7 milliliters of a certain medicine, they'll only take 3 milliliters of it to split it in half, but it doesn't do them the good that it's supposed to do if they're only taking 3 milliliters of what they're supposed to take 7 milliliters of. But they do that because they can't afford to keep buying the medicine, the prescription. They can't afford it. The medicine's too high. So they split it and ration it, and it's endangering their health. And this is happening not just in New Jersey, but it's happening all across the world because the cost of medicine, these pharmaceutical companies are killing people, are killing our country because the cost, and it shouldn't be that way. The cost of medicine is absolutely ridiculous. So Michael Kramer has come up with this company called Advanced Health Plus, and it's telehealth. Telehealth. And I'm going to tell you what that is. And then I'm going to tell you how much it costs. And then I'm going to tell you who it covers. And this is absolutely going to blow your mind. When I got home last night, our show went from 8 o'clock when the draft started until the second pick was done by the Eagles in the first round of the draft. That's how long our show was. So the Eagles picked their second pick in the first round somewhere around 10:30ish, but we didn't finish our show till 11. So I got home late, and I'm normally in the bed at 9 o'clock, but I didn't get home till after 12, I think it was. And by the time I went to sleep, it was almost 1 o'clock, and that's not me. So, and I didn't go to sleep. Actually, by the time I laid down and tried to go to sleep, it was almost 1 o'clock, but I couldn't sleep because I was thinking about this and how great it is. Hello, Sister Sally. What's going on? She says hello. Good afternoon to you too. Good afternoon, dear. So here's what telehealth here is. You have, through this company, Advantage Health Plus, you have access to doctors 24 hours, 7 days a week. It doesn't matter when or what time, what day of the week it is, or what time you have access. You can pick up the phone and call, and you will get a doctor. If you don't get a doctor, there's a minimum, I should say a maximum response time of 15 minutes. This is all across the country with your doctor. When you call your doctor, now, those of us who are familiar with, going to the doctor and all, doctors can diagnose most 70% of what's going on with us without you coming in, without them seeing you or touching you. Most of what happens with us, they can diagnose it over the phone. 70% of it. So, if it's your allergies or if it's, a sinus infection, if it's, whatever, they can I know for my doctor, when I call my doctor and I go to see my doctor, I can't go to see him. It takes 3 weeks for me to get to see him. Great doctor. I love him. I do. But I've had a problem with my shoulder because I pinched a nerve. Come to find out, I pinched a nerve in my neck. So I went about 3 weeks before I decided to call the doctor, thinking that it was going to settle down, thinking that the pain would begin to subside. And it didn't. So I called my doctor after being in pain for 3 weeks. And then it was another 3 weeks before I could see him. So now I have 6 weeks of being uncomfortable, not knowing what's going on with me, right? But that's not what's happening with this telecare. You call the doctor and the doctor answers the phone. If he doesn't answer the phone, you leave a message, and within 15 minutes, you're getting a call back. And this includes prescriptions. This includes vision. This includes dental. This includes medical equipment. This includes tests, lab tests. This includes MRIs, CT scans, X-rays. And this includes mental health. Good gosh, mental health. And on top of that, it includes pet health. You can call a vet if something's wrong with your pet. I just rhymed, didn't I? And get assistance on the phone immediately. Prescriptions are called in to your pharmacy right around the corner from your house, wherever you desire. Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, wherever you want your prescription called, they call it in. And it's at a fraction of the cost. I'm talking about what you pay for your prescription. I'm going to read some of this to you. But y'all, guess how much this costs? Answer me this. Let me say it this way. And I want everybody to participate. I got 8 of y'all on right now. I wish I had more, but it's all right. We're going to advertise this week. We're going to promote this week. Michael being on the show next week so that folk can come in and ask questions. But what I just mentioned to you, and I'm really not doing it justice. I just learned about this last night. So obviously I did not have a lot of time to research it. I did not have a lot of time to ingest it and digest it to get a clear understanding of everything that they do. But it was so profound when I heard it that I had to say something about it to you today and to prepare you so you can come back next week. And any of you who are watching this after it posts, you come on next week so you can talk directly to the man. But all the things, it's not prepaid legal. It's not prepaid legal. They're not doing multi-level stuff, Vince. When I tell you how much it costs, you'll find out it's not prepaid legal. It has nothing to do. It's not insurance. This is just something. It's an aid. It's a benefit. That's what he calls it. It's a benefit. It's a benefit to everyone. I have insurance and I have good insurance, but guess what? I'm going to get this as well. Because how much would you pay for everything I just said to you? You got a doctor on call. When you call, pretty much he can diagnose, doctors can diagnose 70% of what's going on without having to see you, without you having to be in front of them, without them having to touch you. Prescription, fraction of the cost of what you've been paying for your prescription. Yeah, your medicine. At any drugstore, wherever you in your neighborhood, down the street, wherever you want it to go, that's where they will send it. Yes, less than that, Vinny. Yes, it is. I told you. Can you just wait a minute? I got this. And it's less than that. Y'all, it's less than that. Vinny's just blowing up what I'm trying to say here. He's messing it up because he's trying to prove a point. But just wait a second, Vinny. All right. Thank you. So you get prescriptions. You whether it's vision, you got vision, glasses, those prescriptions. You get mental health care, a therapist. You call, a therapist answers the phone. Yeah. You get care for your pet. If you pick up the phone and you call a vet, if your pet gets, how many people have pets? And some people care more about their pets than they do people. That's major. That you can call and get assistance, medical assistance for your pet, vision, dental, MRIs, x-rays, lab tests, blood work. That's what that is. Blood work. You got all of that right at your fingertips. Call the doctor. He calls in your x-ray. Call the doctor. He calls in your prescription. Call the doctor. Oh, you call the therapist. They pick up the phone. Vision. You call the vision store or the eye doctor. What do they call them? Anyway, you call the eye doctor. Go make an appointment. Go see the eye doctor. And man, so what would you pay for all of that? Richard says $350, a $350 premium. You're not close, Richard. You're in a different country with that price. You're in a different country. Vinny said, you asked. I know how much prepaid legal costs. Yeah, you would pay two. Okay, you're saying $29.99 for this service? Is that what you're saying? It's still less than that, though. It's still less than that. So y'all put in the comments how much you would pay for that. How much you would pay for that a month. And when you pay that amount, who do you think it will cover? I'm going to shock all of you. I'm getting ready to shock you all. And if you don't have insurance, you need to, I'm going to put the information up and you need to call this number even before next week. You can wait till next week if you want to, but even before next week, at least call the number and do some research. But what I'm telling you, I've heard from the horse's mouth, from the owner. So y'all are not going to put in the comments what you think it costs or what you would pay for those services. Or how much does your insurance cost? How much is your insurance costing you a month? Y'all are not going to participate. Okay, it's okay. I'm going to wait because I know there's always a little bit of a delay. So you're not hearing me right when I'm saying it. There's a little bit of delay and you hear me a little bit later because I'm watching myself right now in front of me and there's a delay. My mom says, shock me. I got you, Mom. I got you. I'm waiting for someone to put some numbers in the comments. Richard said, I'm paying $350. Are you paying $350 a month or are you paying $350 a year, Richard? Because $350 a year, I mean, that's not bad. Not at all. He said, I'm paying $350 now. Nobody else wants to jump. Nobody else wants to take a stab at it. No? All right. Let me tell you how much this service, Advantage, Health Plus, access to doctors, dental, vision. Hope, my sister says $150 a month for 2 adults. That's how much Hope is paying right now. $150 a month for 2 people. 2 people. Vinny said, you're paying $9.99. Is that what you're paying a month, Vinny? $9.99? Or did you look this up? Every 2 weeks, Richard's paying $350. Wow. Dental, vision, prescriptions, vets, mental health. This service, if you pay monthly, it's $7.50 a day. $7.50 a day. If you pay weekly, it's $9 a week. And they have it set up too. If you can't, we know that for some people, or they know that for some people, $9 a week is a lot of money. So for those people who qualify, it's free. Absolutely free for those who qualify. But for those who don't, if you pay on a weekly basis, it's $9 a week. If you pay on a monthly basis, it's $7.50 a week. And guess who it covers? It covers everybody in the house. Everybody in the house. If you have 9 people in your house, it covers all 9 people. They're doing this for some kids in colleges because there's some kids who are playing sports in college and they're not on scholarship. When I was on scholarship, I had a full scholarship to the University of Nebraska. So if something happened to me medically, they say I pay $75 a month. $75 a month. If something happened to me medically, physically, whatever, the school was taking care of it. I was taken care of because I was on scholarship. But there were a lot of guys on the team who were not on scholarship. If something happened to them, particularly in football, if they got hurt playing football, something happened to them, they weren't covered. School didn't have to cover them. So what they're doing for kids now who are in sports or just in college who want to have coverage, they're giving the insurance to the kids in college, and because of where they live, the house they live in with their parents, they cover everybody in the house. $7.50 a week. What's that amount to? Somebody tell me. 7 times. Well, it's a week. 4 times 7. What's 4 times 7? 21, 28, 28. 30 some dollars a month for this kind of service is absolutely incredible. And it covers the whole house. Everybody in your house. If you have 9 people in your house, it covers everybody. Medical, dental, vision, mental health, vets for your pets. Let me put this information up. Advantage Health Plus. Y'all take this number down. It's called tele-health. You get your health taken care of via the phone. I mean, you don't have to go in and sit in a waiting room for hours and go through traffic, deal with traffic. You don't have to do any of that. Just pick up the phone and make a phone call. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my doctor, and I'm not going to disconnect from my doctor. I'm not going to kick him to the curb. But what I am going to do, I'm going to add this to what I already have. Because I do know there are times, I know there were years, and it hasn't happened in the last couple of years because we have been wearing masks. So, I mean, every year, particularly around this time of the year, I would usually get a bad sinus infection, and I would have to call my doctor or go see my doctor, and he'd look at me and, we know what it is, and then, get a prescription, all that. That's over. I'm going to become a part of this. Advantage Health Plus. And when I have a problem like that, I call the doctor. He'll diagnose it and call it a prescription right down the street from where I live. And the same day, now I can have access to the medicine I need so I can get some relief. I know there's plenty of people who work jobs and those jobs don't offer insurance. You need this. Or maybe it's not you. But I know you know somebody who needs this. Tell them to call this number. Do some research. Don't take my word for it. I'm just presenting it to you because it's on my heart to present it to you. It's a great service. It's a great service at an affordable cost. And it's way beyond affordable. And if you can't afford it, if you just so happen to be in a position where you can't afford $7.50 a week, this benefit, then you get it for free. You get it for free. So it would behoove you to check it out. Particularly if you don't have any coverage for yourself. If you got kids in the house, you don't have any coverage for your kids. Medical, dental, vision, psychological. You got a pet. Your pet's covered now. You know how much veterinarian bills are? You take your dog to the vet, the average visit for a vet is like $450. Now you're covered. Y'all got to check this out. And I'm going to bring Michael. I'm going to bring him back or bring him on the show next week so you can hear it from the horse's mouth and he can explain what's going on with Advantage Health Plus a little bit clearer. I'm sure way more clearer than I just explained it. But I am ecstatic about this because there are so many. I know a lot of people who need this, and I'm going to start spreading the word. I've already started spreading the word. When I got home last night, woke up Sister Fryar and told her about it. I'm sure she didn't retain it because she was half asleep, but it was bubbling in me that much. I was so excited about it. I couldn't believe what I was hearing when I'm sitting and listening to this man across the room from me tell me what he's doing with this company. Absolutely. When I just got finished a couple of months ago hearing that seniors, they ration their prescriptions because they can't afford to buy their prescriptions. If you're supposed to take a certain amount of a medicine and you take half of it when you're supposed to take your medicine, how is that working for you? Particularly when you're older, on a fixed income. This is absolutely awesome. And y'all ain't saying nothing. No, Sally says it's too good to be true. Sister Sally, you know what? It does sound too good to be true. It does. That's why I want you and everybody else who's watching to tell somebody and to come back next week on the Fryar Place and to listen to Michael Kramer talk about this company. Do your research. Like I said, there is the information right there. Let me put Sally back down. Go ahead back down, Sally. Thank you. Y'all take this number down. 866-293-2176. 866-293-2176. Advantage Health Plus. It is telehealth. Health via the telephone. Call the number. Let's call the number. I dare you. Call the number. It's Gary Wright. What's going on? He says, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too, bro. How you been? How you doing? What's cooking? What's cracking? Yep. Hope it's $30 a month. I try not to do math in public. Hope it's about $30 a month. It's $225. It's $750 a week. Richard, did I say $750 a day? No. If I said $750 a day, I'm absolutely out of order. It's $750 a week. So it's about $30 a month. $30 a month, somewhere in there. Yeah. It's not $225 a month. Nobody can afford that unless you some professional. These guys contracts they're signing now, they can afford that. Not us. And Richard said $225 a month is really good. It is. $225 a month is really good. It's good. It covers your family, a family of four or more. That really, you're right, Richard. I don't know if everybody else knows that, but $250 a month for insurance to cover your family, that's really a good price. To cover four people, you and you. Yep. But it's not $750 a day. It's $750 a week. That's if you pay weekly. So you pay $30 a month. Y'all, come on now. How much does a pack of cigarettes cost? What, a pack of cigarettes cost, what, $15 now? Or how much does a pack of cigarettes cost? I know it's more than $10. And what do we spend $30 in a heartbeat on stuff that is frivolous? $30 a month to take care of your whole family. And like I said, if this is not insurance where, like, if you can't afford it, okay, you're just not going to have insurance. If you can't afford it, they give it to you free. What else? What else can we say? It's not like, okay, you can't afford it, you can't have insurance then. You got to go without insurance. No, that's why a lot of us don't have insurance now. This is a benefit. They don't call it insurance, they call it a benefit. But if you can't afford insurance, guess what? I'm not going to say the way I used to say it. You out of luck. You out of luck. This is not the case. If you cannot afford it, they give it to you free. Yeah, it covers the whole household and the dog. Where are you going to get some coverage for your pet? If you got a pet, cat, bird, hamster, gerbil, turtle. Wow. Sister Sally says, I pay more than that for one medication. We're going to stop that, Sister Sally. You need to call this number. I have direct connect to them, but you need to call this number and check it out. Because, yeah, that's a shame. And you're not the only one who's in that position that's paying a whole bunch of money for one medication. We live in supposedly the best country in the world, supposedly. But people can't afford their medication. And that is absolutely, I'm going to say it, it's absolutely asinine is what it is. And people have to go without their medication. People don't go to the doctor because they can't afford to go to the doctor. People can't get their medical help. People can't get their mental health help. People can't get the dental help that they need because they just can't afford it. Well, here's a benefit that removes all of that. And trust me, the pharmaceutical companies and all that stuff, they're going to be crying and trying to come after him. But that's not going to happen. No, not going to happen. Mr. Kramer is a solid dude. I had a chance to spend some time with him yesterday, and we're going to have him on next week. What were you watching? What were you doing, Kiki, when I put the number up the first time? I put it up twice. I'm fussing at her because I know her. She said, can you put the number up again, please? I got you. I was going to put it up a few more times before we went off the air, but let me get you off the screen. Okay. Get you off the screen. There you go. And put it on the screen. All right, Kiki, there you go. Advantage Health Plus, 866-293-2176. Let me take that down. I'm just doing some comments right now. I'll put it back up, Kiki. Don't worry if you didn't get it. The government takes care of other countries before the people in this country first. It's sad. It's almost as if they care more about other people than they do the ones who put them in office. They care more about others than they do the people who are voting for them and trusting in them and counting on them. It's a shame that we even have that we feel that way. Whether it's true or not, we feel that way. And that's not good. Vincent says this replaces insurance. Does this replace insurance? So if I go to the vet, the whole cost is covered. Now, see, those are some of the details. They don't call this insurance. They call it a benefit, Vinny. Let me say that so everybody is clear. When we asked him last night, when we were talking to Michael Kramer, we asked the same question. Is this insurance? And no, he doesn't call it insurance. He calls it a benefit. I have insurance. And like I said, I'm not going to cancel my insurance to acquire this, but I'm going to have this in addition to my insurance. But there are people who don't have any insurance and can't afford insurance. And it's not just them in the house. They have other people, whether it's a spouse, whether it's a kids, a pet. But this is a benefit that they have access to, that they won't be denied. Again, if you can't afford it, they give it to you free. So does it replace insurance? I can't say. I mean, I have insurance. Would I get rid of my insurance to acquire this? No, I wouldn't. I'm going to add it because of the low cost. I'm going to add it to what I already have. Why? Because it gives me instant access to certain areas that I just may need. I don't want to have to go to my doctor if I get a sinus infection. I don't want to have to wait 3 weeks to go see my doctor when my shoulder's hurting. And the doctor when I went to my doctor about my shoulder, he never touched me. I told him what was going on. He kind of looked at me, but when I described what was going on, he was able to come up with a diagnosis just from talking to me. And I went into his office. If I could have called the doctor and did the same thing, 3 weeks. Well, actually, it was 3 weeks. I went 3 weeks before I called my doctor. And then it was another 3 weeks before I could see my doctor. So 6 weeks prior to that, when I started having a problem, this thing could have been under control. It's still hurting now. I'm waiting for it to get better because it's going to take a minute. But it also is going to take a minute because I waited so long to go see the doctor. But if I could have done that in one day, tell him what's going on. He diagnoses it, sends me to get an x-ray, sends me to get an MRI. He knows for sure now what's going on, sends in a prescription, muscle relaxers. Yeah, I'm off towards healing rather than it getting worse. So does it replace insurance? That's up to the individual. If I have good insurance and it's not killing me, my pocketbook, I wouldn't get rid of it. But I would also get this. I would also get this as a benefit because, again, it gives me instant access. I need a therapist. Call a therapist. You're having problems, psychological, emotional issues. Something's going on in the house, something going on with the family. Maybe someone dies and you're having problems processing it. You pick up the phone and you call the number and the therapist answers the phone. And you get a chance to talk about what's going on. So no, I don't know if the whole cost, if everything's covered when you go to the vet, Vinny. But what I do know is the average cost of just a visit to the vet, an average visit is $450. Michael will be able to better explain that to you. I don't see what the let me see, veterinarians, where it is. 25% all the house medical services at participating veterinarians, 7 days a week, lost pet recovery service with pet tags for each enrolled pet, 15% off all purchases from petcarerx.com, including prescriptions and preventatives. So it's 25%, anywhere from 15 to 25% off the cost of a veterinarian visit. That's what this says. So no, it's not all covered, but for $30 a month. Where do they have pet insurance anyway? Where else? What insurance companies offer you pet insurance? When you pay $30 a month, it covers your whole house, everybody in the house, and your pet. Nowhere. You don't get that. Don't get that. So no, according to this, and you can ask that question next week when Mike comes on, but according to this, no, the whole cost is not covered. And no, the whole cost is not covered. I don't think with any of these. It's not the whole cost, but you have coverage. You have a benefit that minimizes the cost for things that you have direct access to a doctor who calls in a prescription, and you're not paying. You're paying $5. You know, I go now with my insurance. I pay $5 for my prescription, or $10 for my prescription instead of $50 for my prescription. And it's the same way. You're going to pay a fraction of the cost, and that's what's happening with particularly our elderly. They're paying all these monies, these high costs for their prescriptions, and it's ruining them. It's killing them. They can't afford it. They're on fixed incomes. Dealing with the grandbaby. If the grandbaby lives in the house, the grandbaby is covered. These questions we asked last night, I know that for sure, Kiki. Grandbaby lives with you, the grandbaby's covered. Covered. She said, got it. Thank you. Got the number, I think. I'm like Bishop Bullwinkle from the First Church of Nothing but the truth. I will not get rid of my primary. I'm like Bishop Bullwinkle from the First Church of Nothing, but the truth is I will not get rid of my primary. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest that you get rid of your primary if you have primary and it's been good. This is a benefit for people mostly who don't have insurance. There are a lot of people who don't have, and you know, Richard, I'm sure you know somebody who doesn't have insurance. And if something happens, they get sick. Their kid gets sick. If something happens, they have access to immediate medical, mental, veterinarian, prescriptions, access to immediate assistance. What can you say about that? So that's it. That's all I wanted to say today. Oh man, it took me an hour to say it. Good gosh. I'm going to have Michael Kramer on the show next week. So y'all please call the number. Let me set it back up there again. Call the number, Advantage Health Plus. It's telehealth on your phone. Advantage Telehealth. Advantage Health Plus. It's telehealth. 293-2176, 866-293-2176. Just call them and ask a bunch of questions. The same questions you've been asking me. And you're going to get, obviously, your answers from the company. And if this is not for you, it's definitely for someone you know. Because all of us know people who don't have insurance. I got a whole list of people right now that I'm going to call and give this number to, and I'm going to tell them to watch next week. I want you to YouTube. You want me to YouTube Bishop Bullwinkle? Okay. I'll YouTube Bishop Bullwinkle. All right. So we're going to be back next week with this and make things a little bit more clear and understandable for you. And please ask as many questions. There's 14 of you watching right now. Ask as many questions as you want. That's why I'm going to have him on next week. Don't be shy. Don't act like you never asked a question at the Fryar Place. We're going to throw it in the comments and we're going to address it so everyone has a clear understanding of what Advantage Health Plus does and everything that they offer to the public. This is all across the country. It's not just in New Jersey. Hey, Wanda. Wanda, listen. Here you go, Wanda. I'm going to tell you. She says, this is Wanda, my cousin down in North Carolina. Please text me, Hope, she's saying, my sister Hope, to remind me to tune in. No, here's what I want you to do, Wanda, and this is what I want everybody to do if you haven't already done this. Hit the subscribe button. Yeah. And then hit the notifications button at the Fryar Place. And when we go live, it will automatically notify you on your phone that we're live. Yeah. All right. Subscribe, Wanda. If you haven't already subscribed, I'm going to go back and look to see if you subscribe to the Fryar Place. Subscribe to the Fryar Place. Hit the like button. All right. Hit the share button so all your friends can get in, tune in next week when we're doing giving out all this information about the Health Plus, Advantage Health Plus. Tune in and hit the notifications button. And when we go live, it will automatically pop up on your phone that the Fryar Place is live right now. Hope said, I want to check it out. I just paid about $200 for the dog's annual checkup. Well, you won't have to pay $200 for the dog's annual checkup. It'll be less. It will be less. Anywhere from 15, what does this say? Anywhere from 15 to 25% less. Is that worth it to you? Yeah, to me it is. I don't have any pets, and I'll never get another pet because my dog died in my arms, and I'll never have another dog like Shake. So I've thought about getting another pet, but I just can't. I can't. That was the best dog, and I've had dogs all my life, And my last dog, Shake, was the best dog I ever had. When she died in my arms, man, it was like I lost a child. I was not good for a long time. And when I think about her now, I get jacked up. So I'm not going to have any more pets. That's it. That's it. Shake was it. Gary says, Irving, you're changing the subject, Gary, but that's okay. We'll change the subject. We'll shift. Does the NFL draft bring back great memories? Well, it does. But remember, when I was drafted, there wasn't all this pomp and circumstance and all this, it wasn't all this celebration. Social media didn't even exist back then. We didn't have like cable. We didn't have all of that. The things that they do now and the way they're able to make it so exuberant and so much of a celebratory event. It wasn't like that back then. They did have us come in, and there was a space, a place. It was like an auditorium or something like that where the teams were, or some of the players were, but it wasn't nearly the big celebration that it is now. The NFL doesn't do anything small anymore. The NFL does everything big. So does it bring back memories for me? Not really, because I had actually signed my contract before the draft. I was already signed with the Patriots. They had already made up their mind that they were going to choose me as the first pick, and they let everybody else know that they were going to do that before the draft. Maybe I think it was kind of a couple of weeks before the draft. And so I just showed up at the draft as a formality to, receive my jersey and put my hat on and take a picture with the commissioner. And then me and my sister got back in the limo and went back, or me and my mother got back in the limo and went back to New Jersey. I didn't even stay for the rest of the draft. So it wasn't nearly what it is today, but I do remember it. And yes, being in the draft, but because it's so different now, no, it doesn't bring back memories because it wasn't like it is now. Now it was life-changing then, but now they make sure that it's life-changing, and everybody knows it's life-changing, and it's such a big, they do stories and B-roll and music and all this stuff that goes on when these guys are drafted. It's absolutely outstanding, and it's a great thing. I'm not saying it's bad, but I don't have those kind of memories from when I got drafted. It was a different era, and they did things differently. Not that one was better than the other. It was just different. What are you on that with me? What are you on that with when it comes to what I said, Vinny? He said, I'm on you. I'm with you on that. And about 40 million less, 40 million what? People or dollars? Oh, Gary, that's okay. I mean, listen, that's why we interact at the Fryar place. Gary said, sorry, I just had to ask. No, I mean, that's part of who I am or who I was. And that's a part of, the draw, bringing people into the Fryar place, what I did and my name recognition. So, no, you don't even have to apologize for anything like that. I want you to ask questions like that so that I can share some insight about myself to enlighten people about who I am, who I was, the things I did, how they got done, where I'm going now, what I'm doing now, plans, all that kind of stuff. So that's what it's about. This is where the conversations are fire. You won't hear that anywhere else, but you will hear it here on the Fryar place. Yes, you will. He said, sorry, I just had to ask. Richard, you guys are getting into the dogs now, to the pets. Richard said, yeah, I had a similar experience with my dog, and I also made the same decision to never own a dog anymore. It hurt just that bad. Yes, Richard, we are in the same boat. Yep. I made a decision not to own another pet. I mean, the pets that I owned were mostly dogs. When I was a kid, there was guinea pig and bird and stuff like that. But we had a cat when I was a kid, but mostly it was dogs. From the time I left home until the time Shake passed away, it was dogs. So yeah, no more dogs. Not for me. Listen, one more thing, and I'm out. It's 12:59. I went on Facebook Live in my Facebook page a couple of weeks ago, and I established a challenge for everybody. And I want to just reiterate that challenge for those of you who are subscribed and those of you who watch the Fryar Place. And we're going to come back and do a check-in the last day of the month, starting in May, all the way till next May, 2023. So we're doing our check-in here, and I'll be able to stream on both. I've got Restream now, so I'll be able to stream at the Fryar Place and on my YouTube page live at the same time. I adopted a rescue dog last year. That's great. I adopted a rescue dog last year, and it's the best decision I made. Yeah, rescue dogs are absolutely incredible. They are. The way they're trained, their demeanor, and they do. You hear so many stories about those rescue dogs saving somebody's life. Yeah, saving somebody's life. And that's just, rescue dogs are unbelievable. Yeah. So the challenge was this. I challenged everybody once a month for a year, starting, now it's the end of April, starting in May. We did it in April already, but starting May, sometime during the month, do a random act of kindness. Yes, perform a random act of kindness in this Take $50, put it in the card. Before you put it in the card, write something in the card. God loves you, I love you, just because, whatever. Write what the Lord leads you to write. Put a blank card, or you can get a card that has something in it already. Put $50 in it, seal it in the envelope, and let the Lord lead you to whom to give it to. Just a random act of kindness. We're going to do this once a month, $50 every month, once a month for 12 months, starting May. And the last day of every month, whatever day of the week that is, the last calendar day of every month at 8 p.m., I'm going to go live, and it'll be here at the Fryar Place and on my Facebook page, and we're going to have praise reports. If you'd like, film it, have somebody stand back and film you giving your card to someone so we can see the reactions, and you can email it to me here at the Fryar Place. It's the Fryar Place at gmail.com, the Fryar Place at gmail.com. So if you film it, please email it to me here at the Fryar Place at gmail.com, and we'll show it during those times, during those days, the last day of the month when we give our praise reports. All right? Perform a random act of kindness once a month for 12 months. $50 in a card. Just give it to somebody. Let's change the world in a good way. A lot of troubled times right now, a lot of negativity going on right now, a lot of pointing the finger going on right now. We're still dealing with a pandemic right now. People need to know that God loves them, and that there is still good in this world, regardless of what we hear, regardless of what we see, regardless of what we know, the facts about what we know that are going on. The truth is, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, and whosoever shall believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. That's the truth. And the truth always transcends the facts. So we're going to we're going to perform random acts of kindness one time a month. And if we can get 200-300 people doing this, guess how many people will be blessed? 200-300 people every month. We can make a difference. We can make a change. If you film it, and I encourage you, film it, send that video to the Fryar Place at gmail.com. Email it to me. All right. The Fryar Place at gmail.com. All right. I think that's it, y'all. I'm past my time. It's 1:03. Again, shout out to Alicia Way for these dope overlays. Shout out to Lou Rogers, Vision Audio Visual, for our introduction. Shout out to Wings and Things. Mike Quick will be at Wings and Things. Michael Quick, former NFL wide receivers, Philadelphia Eagles. I believe he was a first-round draft choice, too. He will be at Wings and Things, 1 p.m. tomorrow. Wings and Things, mountholly.com. Check it out. Check the menu out. Call the number 609-288-6477. Come see Michael Quick tomorrow. 1 o'clock to 2 p.m. 1 to 2. He's going to be signing autographs. He's going to be taking pictures. My friend, my dude. Looking forward to seeing him tomorrow. Again, we have one of our sponsors is Relentless Strength and Conditioning, 1703 Industrial Highway, Unit 6, Cinnaminster, New Jersey, 08077-609-458-8584. Get in shape. Not just wealth we want health. Health and wealth. Relentless Strength Conditioning, 1703 Industrial Highway, Unit 6, Cinnaminster, New Jersey, 08077. Ask for Robert, 609-458-8584. We're going to have the special Fryar Place rate. All right. Y'all, will see you next week. We're going to bring Mr. Michael Kramer on next week from Advantage Health Plus. Let me throw that back up again for you, just in case you want that number, in case you didn't write it down, in case you missed it. There it is again. Advantage Health Plus. It's a benefit, a telehealth benefit, where you have access to doctors, prescriptions, therapists, veterinarians, veterinarians for your pet, MRIs, x-rays, vision, dental, $30 a month, $750 a week. Covers everybody in your house. Can't beat that. All right? Y'all stay blessed. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, Lord willing. And the creek don't rise. Y'all be good. Mask up. COVID is still out there. Don't get lulled to sleep. Take care of yourself. God loves you. And so do I. Was it Don Cornelius would say peace, love, and soul. I'm out. God bless.